The Grand Union flag, known to be the first ever flag of the United States of America, the flag will feature 13 stripes in representation of the 13 original colonies that will unite together as one to stand up against the British tyranny. To serve as the canton, the flag will feature the British Union Jack in the top left-hand corner to represent that before we were free Americans, we were once British subjects. But how did the flag become to be known as the first ever American flag? In today's video, we'll be talking about that. Typically, for most flags, we have historical documentation stating the name of the creator of the flag and the date in which it was created. For instance, take the Gaston flag for example. It was designed and created in 1775 by Continental Congress delegate Christopher Gaston. That flag depicts a timber rattlesnake that is coiled up ready to strike, with the saying, "Don't tread on me," beneath it. Basically saying, if you mess with the United States, we will strike back. Yes, that's why we got involved in World War One, World War Two, the Korean War, Vietnam War, and about every other conflict that America has ever been in. Unfortunately for the Grand Union flag, no historical documentation of the flag's creator and the date in which it was created has ever been found. With that being said, the Grand Union flag story would begin on the day it is first spotted, and that day would be on December 3rd, 1775, when newly appointed Navy Lieutenant John Paul Jones would hoist this flag up while aboard the USS Alfred. To avoid this video becoming a John Paul Jones video, I'll give you a quick little backstory on John Paul Jones's career in the Navy. He's referred to as the father of America's Navy because he would be the biggest advocate for their existence as a whole, basically trying to say that having a good strong Navy is a good idea. But Congress would not listen and would disband the Navy shortly after the war would end. John Paul Jones would also become the first person to invade Great Britain's homeland in over 100 years. Nobody alive at the time has ever seen an invasion of the homeland, so they were still trying to figure out what just happened and how to go about handling it. Later in the war, Jones would receive a ship that would be outdated and wasn't worth anything. He was assigned that ship even though he did not like it, so he had to go with it. So one day he would come across an enemy ship that would be much more powerful and much more stronger than his, with around 40 guns. Jones, seeing this ship, would pull up right next to the enemy vessel and open fire. Yeah, that's a smart idea. The British warship would then return fire and would absolutely demolish Jones's ship. Yeah, that worked out well. Later, the British commander would shout "Surrender" over to Jones, and Jones would say the most famous quote in history: "I have not yet begun to fight." And he would proceed to board the enemy vessel, and after a few hours of hand-to-hand combat, he would take over the ship. How in the world did he do it? I'm trying to figure that out. Like I said, to avoid this video turning into a John Paul Jones video, I gave you a quick little backstory, so let's get back to the video. January 1st, 1776, the Grand Union flag will be spotted again, this time flying on the Liberty Pole on Prospect Hill, right outside George Washington's headquarters near Cambridge, Massachusetts, making people believe that the flag is representing George Washington's Continental Army, which would be the case due to the fact that George Washington loved the flag's design because it will have the 13 stripes representing that the 13 colonies are united together to fight for liberty. It would not take long for confusion to set in as loyalists, who are Americans still loyal to the crown, and British regulars would begin to wonder why the Patriots are flying a flag with a British Union Jack on it. This will prompt Washington to say, and I'm paraphrasing at this point, they're probably wondering why we haven't made an official surrender yet. Washington would then begin making preparations for a new flag to be made. July 4th, 1776, America would officially declare her independence from Great Britain, and the Grand Union flag would become the unofficial national flag of the newly established United States of America. This will last for almost a year, and on June 14th, 1777, Congress would pass a flag resolution known as the Flag Act, and this would officially authorize the Stars and Stripes to become our nation's colors. The Grand Union flag will be retired, but not from history. It still stands today as a reminder that it once represented a nation who believed in something called self-government. And that will be the story of how the Grand Union flag became our first ever American flag. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that notification bell too, so that way you'll be notified on the next time I upload a new video. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one.